Hello, my beautiful friends. It's been a minute. Just a few. I think I'm coming full circle with who I truly am. And it feels exciting. It feels wonderful. But at times it's a little confusing because I am having to choose between who I know myself to be and who I have been in the past. And also having to see that things in my now moment are reflections of a past that no longer exist. So consequences to actions, things that I've said, just different things. Consequences to actions really sums up, the whole realm of it all. And I am coming to this realization that I am no longer that person. I don't want to be that person. I never was that person. Not truly. It was basically an outfit that was too tight, right? It was conforming. It was put in a box. And I'm too big for that. I'm too bright for that. I am so much more than that. And I think that a lot more people are waking up to the fact that they are too. If you are a human being on this earth, you are so much more. And you know it. You know it. We get wrapped up in what other people are going to say, do, how they're going to react. They're not living your life. They're not. And if you think about it and you take the moments where you've actually tried to explain what you're doing or explain anything, they're getting a 5-minute version of your 24/7. How do they know? So why do we care? We don't. We don't. I really don't care anymore what people say about me. And you know what the funny thing is? The funniest thing is when you let all that stuff go, it literally disappears. Nobody's sitting here talking about me. And if they are, I don't care, but I'm not hearing about it, and I'm not, it just kind of goes away. And you're free. You're free to do what you want. Oh gosh, that song just popped in my head. You're free to do what you want any old time. It's true. It's true. I think a lot of times we're either trying to keep up with somebody or a trend or whatever. And what we really need to get down to is what's going to work for you. What's going to work for you. That's it. I don't know. I'm coming full circle with the whole thing, and I'm falling back into old habits and old routines and old ways of thinking and all of that. A lot less, because all the old is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. I've come through too much. I've gone through too much. I've struggled through too much to not make this now moment count. And count for me. Not anybody else. Count for me. Because no matter what they tell you, if you are doing anything for anybody else, you're not doing it for you. And it's not going to go the way you think it's going to go, or the way you hope it's going to go, or the way you're trying to make it go. It's not your path. It's not yours. Okay, this is the part they're saying you probably should introduce yourself. I am Renee, I am your Wanderlust Oracle, and I bring you messages you don't know you need. And it's just me talking. I'm channeling all of it from source, from my highest to yours. And I'm here to be I'm here to be a mirror. I'm here to be proof positive. I'm here to be proof. I'm here to share my journey with you and where I'm at. And if nothing else, if you don't get anything else from this, it's that I am a regular person, human being, on a journey, and you're not alone. You're not alone. And it's very individualistic. Try to say that 5 times fast. I can't. It's very Hi. Little bird wants to tell you. Your journey is individualized. Yes, similarities. Yes, all of the things, but you're not general public. That is not you. That is an average of everybody. That's general public. It's an average. It's a statistic. You are not that. You are you, and you're the only one that can be. You're the only one that can be you. And you're the only one that can just choose every now moment to live the way that you want to not partake in the things that you don't want to partake in, whether it be something physical, something mental, something spiritual, something religious, something at work. Who cares? Who cares? If it does not make you feel good, it's probably not for you. And if you think you're being roped in by anyone, you are. And trust your intuition. If it doesn't feel good, trust your intuition. It's not for you. The things that light you up, the things that seem to set your soul on fire, the things that you can call peace, that you can call home, the things that bring you joy. Those are the things that are for you. Those are the things that, when focused on and when invested in, will magnetize more of those things because you're focused on those things. The universe has no choice but to put more of those things in front of you because that is the frequency at which you are operating. Joy, happiness, excitement, curiosity. The more that you focus on the yuck, the more yuck you get because you're focused there and your frequency is very low. Yuckiness is low frequency. The more you put into raising your frequency, doing the things that you love, making things that you don't love so much things that you love doing. Why can't it be done a different way? Why can't it be engineered to produce happiness? You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. When I was working a 9-to-5, I did not enjoy it very much towards the end. I loved what I did, but the politics became too much, and the people were just, you know how people are getting, right? Less so now because more and more people are awake. This was 4 years ago. I would tell myself, and I would tell anybody that would listen, that I don't work. Every morning I get up and I go to this place and I help my friends out with whatever they need. And then at the end of the day, I go home. And I help my friends out while I'm there. And you know, everybody started coming to me with their problems. I don't know who you are, but you're sitting here alone on a bench and I'm just gonna sit here and smoke my cigarette and I don't really want to talk to you, but you're gonna tell me your whole life story and then you're gonna feel better because you talked to somebody about it. Just went and helped some people out. And it made the last years that I was there like awesome. Because it wasn't work anymore. You make it what you want. And either you let somebody else's view of the whole thing skew your view, or you don't. Who cares what other people think? Is it working for you? Is it bringing you joy? At the end of the day, are you sleeping better? Are you giving up the worry and the fear and trusting that what you're doing is for your highest good? I am. Every day. And it just gets easier and easier. It's a practice, you know? I mean, we have been so programmed, and it sucks. And here in the United States, we're dealing with a lot. And I'm sure from an outside view, I actually don't know, because you can't trust anything anymore. Anything. How do I know that that video that I just saw that says that, you know, whatever it says is actually a true video? Or was it generated by AI with an agenda and propaganda? Don't know. And you know what? At this point, I don't care. I think that here in the United States, we're having to work a little extra hard on our spiritual selves, because at least here, it has been taught out of education that we actually are born with a spiritual center. They called it junk up until about 25 years ago. They called it junk. And we're actually born with these spiritual selves, able to know who we are as individuals, not as a general public. And they have left it out. Guaranteed our ancestors could feel it. Our ancestors, it was passed down generations. And then they started getting education involved with an agenda itself. And they just left that part out, because if you know yourself and you know what you want and you know why you're here, you can't be controlled. So don't let anybody know you have superpowers. Don't let anybody know you have superpowers. Because you cannot be controlled when you know who you are, and when you know, when your heart knows, when your soul knows that you put yourself here for a reason, and that reason was to live a life that you love. With all of it, with all of the pain, with all of the heartbreak, with all of the grief, and all of the love. That is what we are here. I just got full body chills, and I'm seeing a red balloon heart just float up with all of the love. You don't get the pain and the heartbreak and the grief from not having the love. Do not know where that came from. But it sounded really serious, so I think we need to listen. I am actually just listening. You guys, we have been put here for a reason. We put ourselves here for a reason. Our souls chose to come here at this time so that we can wake up and make this reality that we are currently all living in something beautiful. And if we all just stopped and focused on what we wanted and what lit us up, everything would be covered. And if we stopped focusing on tools that don't, or resources that don't really exist, like money. What's money? I can give you time. I can give you something that you need in exchange for whatever. I can give you those things. What is money? Instead of focusing on that, let's focus on community and the here and now, and the things that we have in abundance that maybe somebody else can use. Maybe they have stuff in abundance that you can use. Or maybe you just pay it forward. And everything you put out there in the world comes back tenfold. I should do a video literally with cliches. But there is a reason why these things are said. And there is a reason, a deeper reason, why we still say them. And it's to remind our soul that we really do know what's going on. And we really do know why we're here. It's just, how do we take it from that programming state, that programmed state, and move forward when none of us have ever been here before? And that, my friends, is the exciting part. That, my friends, is the exciting part. Because we don't know. And we get to make it up as we go along. And as long as we are following what we want to do, as long as we are following what we want to do, did you know that everything will be taken care of? There are people out there that want nothing more than to, I'm hearing, build other people's financial situations, help them, like accounting and trust writing, and there's a myriad. There are people out there that want to do everything. There's a person right now that wants to do nothing but architecture, build communities, build farms, build inventions, creations, art, dance, singing, music, just There's somebody out there that wants to do it all. And everything would be taken care of. There's, somebody in your community right now that wants nothing more than to tinker on old cars. And your car needs something done. Guess what? If you got to know that neighbor, sure, bring him on by. Maybe you can bring one of your wife's pies because she loves to bake. And that's your gift, I don't know why I said wife's pie. Maybe I'm talking to a guy right now, but maybe that's her gift. She loves nothing more than to bake. And now it's coming in handy because all this dude wants is a pie to change your oil. And you didn't have to spend $50,000 to get your oil changed because they have to remove the entire motor to get to your whatever. I digress. You guys, we get to make our futures, create our own futures. As these beings that know why we're here. And we're not afraid to step outside of the box. To leave the paradigms that don't serve us at all. We get to do this. And I am so excited for us. I am so excited for us. I love this for us. And I'm excited to see where we take it. And if you have any ideas on what we can be doing to break free in the early stages of our journey, in the late stages of our journey, whatever. Leave them down below in the comments. Tell me what you're feeling through all of this. Please let me know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. And I know a lot of people are thinking the same way. And a lot of people are also getting sucked into the yuck of it. And again, we need to be raising our frequency, because the more we raise our frequency, the more we magnetize of that frequency. If your frequency doesn't jive, it's not gonna jive, right? So if you're on this high frequency up here, doing whatever, bringing joy into your life and doing exactly what you want to do and just enjoying every freaking minute of it, do you think you're going to be out over here worried about any of this stuff, this yuck, this what's going on in the rest of the world and what other people think about it? No. Are you even going to be aware that any of this stuff exists? No. Let's raise our frequencies, however we have to do that. Getting off social media, putting your phone down. My idea today was that during the days when I am home and I am not working, I am going to I'm going to just put my phone on the wall like we used to have, way back in the day in the 1900s. And throughout the day, if I am not inside and I do not hear that thing ring, I don't hear it ring, I ain't calling you back until maybe tonight. I'm not texting you back until maybe tonight. I'm not carrying my phone just in case anymore. That is my deal. That is going to raise my frequency tremendously. What about you? I mean, still come on here and watch my videos, but okay, I'm gonna leave it there. You guys, please share this with somebody that may need to hear this today, that may be a little bit confused about where we go from here. We're waking up. We're seeing it. It's in front of our face. And most of all, the biggest thing is that we can feel it. Something has shifted. And we are now in a world where we get to decide. We get to decide. I'm just saying. They've split it in two for a reason. Rich are getting richer, poor are getting poorer. How many of them versus how many of us? Just saying. I love you guys so much. I hope you have the most magical day. Sprinkling magic all over the place. And for your viewing pleasure, all those white dots are goose butts.